Fans are singing along with Bryson Stock's walk-up music. Out at home plate, what a play by Hoffman!
He got him, and the ball game and the series are over. Home run for Kyle Schwarber. And the Phillies have the National League Championship. Alrighty, Chasers, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Quit Chasin Podcast. A little cheeky, a little irreverent, but always unqualified, and a whole lot of fun. I'm Alex Kruger. That's Danny Gerb. Danny, say hi to the folks.
Hey everyone, how you doing tonight, Alex?
You know what? I'm doing not half bad, Danny. I'm having a good evening. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm having a great evening.
I love whatever you're doing with your hair, by the way. I'm here for it.
All right. So I actually take a ton of crap for this. It is it's a hairband. So
there's nothing wrong with the hairband, man. Like, it's very functionally helpful.
So here's the thing. When my hair when my hair starts to get a little when it starts to grow out a little bit and it gets a little froey and it's curly and all this other stuff, I can let it go and I look like a complete dorkwad. So my two options are let it go and do this like dorky like 70s like Jewish Afro type thing.
Sure.
Or I could do this headband and go European soccer player. I choose the latter.
Okay.
And that's, yeah, that's all. I think I look a little cooler. It looks a little hipper.
I think it looks something for sure. I've never done it. I don't think I could do it if I want to, but I'm proud that you're doing it, and I'm happy that you're able to do it.
It's a look, and it's my own, and I am on the eve of my vacation, so all F's are out the window.
You know what? Mad respect.
Thank
I'm
you.
here for it. So I guess, honestly, then, it's my job to get us through so that you can head out towards vacation with a clear conscience. So let's talk about the week that was.
Well, if you absolved me of my sins, thank you.
Darn tootin'. So the last time that we were on air, we were joking because it was the final game of the Philly Atlanta series. So I like the bookends. That tonight is now the first night of the Philly Atlanta series. So that's fun. Last week, Philly 2, Atlanta 3. Good. Get us out of this stupid Atlanta series. Sanchez was both sharp and not only allowing 3 runs and walking 1 while striking out 8, but he did allow 9 hits through 6 innings and had to work hard as hell to keep the damage at 3, while his offense supported him with 3 total hits. The fact that we got 2 earned runs off of 3 hits was nice and all, but we let Whit Merrifield's Atlanta Braves beat us in this series. Danny, can I officially start a petition to start referring to the Braves as Whit Merrifield's Braves? I feel like that'll piss off the Atlanta fan base.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely will, and you absolutely can. I mean, the dude is Renegade Sound System batting 311 with the Braves, right? So that's strange. So here's a question. He's every day for them, right?
He is every day.
Yeah. You wonder how much of a factor that really is now, and it seems to be right. Yeah.
Where's he playing though? Is he outfield?
No, he took one of the bases. Oh okay. Man. He was just on, man. We finished up the game and got on.
But whatever. Even this version of Whit, do I want him instead of Stott? Like, no, because defensively Stott is an improvement over Whit.
Right. So the idea of picking up Whit was so that our last out of the NLCS isn't on a J Cave, right?
Right, but if Whit turns into J Cave when he doesn't play every day, what do you do? So,
right, exactly.
As much as people want to complain and commiserate that Whit Merrifield is doing what he's doing for the Braves, he wasn't a good fit. It was never going to work out. That wasn't where we needed to increase and improve our bench. That wasn't the player. We have Edmundo Sosa. We've got Cody Clemens. Like, I'm good on Whit Merrifields. I need more Weston Wilson.
I was going to say Cody's not up right now.
He's not, but he'll find a way up. Cody should be on the post. I'm sorry, Cody should be on the postseason roster.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right? I agree with you. Like, the guy's lightning in a bottle every time he comes up, right?
Dude, there is something about every time he takes like 6 or 8 months off, like, he's amazing.
I think he's a ball player.
Dude, he's a baller.
Yeah,
He's a baller.
absolutely.
Maybe it's
Absolutely.
genetic. Who knows?
Oh wait, I had one more 311 joke. Whit Merrifield should have come original with the Phillies there. It didn't. Couldn't work it in
Wow.
organically. So just come original.
Come original. On that note, because I really don't know how to smoothly transition this, we're gonna.
He's
go to the
a
next
beautiful
series.
disaster.
You're a beautiful disaster.
I'm all mixed up with my thoughts on Whit Merrifield.
Danny, there's something about your glow. It's very amber. But the next series, we started off the Kansas City Royals at Philadelphia, Kansas City 7, Philly 4. So I'm going to be honest, this was Kara's birthday. So I was enjoying our day at Hershey Park instead of watching this game because I'm not into that level of self-flagellation. But from what I understand, this game was the final straw in a lot of people's life over Taijuan Walker. And again, I work ahead, folks. So I wrote this agenda before yesterday's game. I don't know. There aren't many former Mets I trash, but there's something about Taijuan. I just can't quit. I feel bad for the guy. I don't think he's been combative or blaming. I believe he's cooked, but before yesterday, I didn't believe he believed that yet. And I still don't think he believes that yet. So I got compassion for the guy. But you said you got me on this, so take it away, Dana.
Yeah, guy, I watched this one. So, like, there was nothing of note for me of this game, really, other than Walker didn't make it past the third. He had that 2 multi-shot inning in the third that bumped it up to what 6-1 at that point. Yeah. Gilbert came in, gave up another one. But the Phils, to their credit, like they were kind of in it. They had great at bats.
7-4.
They brought.
It was within 3. Like that's not terrible for a Taijuan start, which is
they clawed back from. Yeah, they clawed back from 7-1, 6-1. I forget where it was when they started clawing back, but they were bringing runners in on runners in scoring position. Casty had a 9-pitch at bat to bring in the fielder's choice, like to bring it up to 2. Like they had good at bats. They were bringing runners in that were sitting in scoring position. So there were signs of life there. Like the rant and raver in me doesn't have anything other than like terrible start by Taijuan, man. Didn't give him a shot. But other than that,
I think to your credit,
ball game.
That's going to be the theme because let's start looking at the rest of this series, man. Like next up, Philly 11, Kansas City 2. Welcome back, Ranger Danger. Danny, do you remember big leads? Do you remember commanding pitching performances? Do you remember random dudes doing silly feats of success? JT Realmuto hit 2 different 3-run home runs for a total of 817 feet, and the Phils cruised back into the W column. Like this win felt good, man. Like under no circumstances do I believe this means we're destined to win it all again. But it felt really good to not hate watching a baseball game
again. Yeah. This series showed
moxie. Let's call it moxie.
Yeah, I mean, I liked seeing it. I liked seeing a series win. They were just baseball games to me. This didn't move my needle any direction. Other than like, hey, good to see they're swinging the ball. Good to see they're swinging the ball. They're swinging the ball. Good to see that. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, just swinging the balls all over the place.
I'm here for it. Because next up is Philly 11, Kansas City 3. So if you thought JT hitting 2 separate 3-run bombs was a wild stat, how about Stubbsy being a home run away from the cycle until the cowards in Kansas City hit him in this final at bat so he wouldn't have a chance? By the way,
yeah, sure, that's it.
Did you notice I accidentally spelled cowards with a K in the agenda? But it was
I did not.
City, so I was like, hey, you know what? This guy works.
All right.
Every single starter was able to get a hit en route to 17 total hits as a team. And Colby Allard looked really good for a young pup that we won't see come to the second season. But hey, we won a series. Felt good. Felt damn good.
Right. Serviceable spot start. Yeah, like that whole that everyone, the internet the next day, and even like
everyone
Stubby being like, yeah, exactly. Like, what are we doing? Why are we kidding ourselves here? The dude's got 2 for his career, and they come on hangover day.
It was a position pitcher. So, but then you got a position pitchers throwing you like 65 miles an hour, and Stubby ain't got the kind of power to compensate for that lack of velocity coming in.
Yeah.
So you're right. There's no way he was going to overpower that slow ass pitch and get it over a wall.
I like how he said in the post game he wanted it. He was thinking about it. I like how the Philly media was all like, "Oh, they set in a goon." Like, come on. It's fun. It's fun, but come on.
Only way he was getting the home run was if it was inside the park.
Yeah,
And that
absolutely.
could have happened with a meatball coming down.
That's true.
So that was the Kansas City series. Felt great. Next up, the Demons of 2022. Houston came to town in the first game. Philly won it. Houston 2. Philadelphia 3. Final after 10. So we went down 2-0 and then battled back 1 run at a time until Bryce came to the plate in the 10th inning. As if he was listening to Danny and I pontificate about this team's lack of clutch, he lined the first pitch he saw in extras into the outfield for the walk-off RBI. Not a terrible way to start the Hoop series.
No, not at all. I think, in fact, like I was laying back on texting you, but at one point I was like, screw it. Like this feels like I think I said something like feels like a start or something like that. And
Yep.
like you instantly send something back saying like, yeah, Harper going there with the mission to get the ball in play and not take it to the fence. And I was like, dude, I noticed that too. And it
His
look
swing
what
was just
happened. They
so
won a game.
flat, like perfect. It was exactly poke one through, bring the guy home. That's what being a hero looks like today. Be that hero. And he did it. And
Yeah.
that's the shit that when I'm really proud of him when he does it. And when come October he doesn't do it, that's where I'm like, what are we doing, buddy? Because honestly, next up, the game somehow got even better. Houston, 0. Philly, 5. Danny, is there anything more depressing than watching a once great athlete that just doesn't have it anymore? Like, remember when Peyton Manning's arm just stopped working? Remember Michael Jordan sucking air in a Wizards uniform? That's watching Justin Verlander nowadays. Someone's got to tell Mrs. Upston that it's time to have the conversation with her husband. That he needs to start pulling his weight around the house and stop playing with his friends. Like, I respect the hell out of Justin Verlander. I do. But the dude that took the bump against us wasn't him. Nola, however, did his job, got himself out of jams, and used 102 pitches through 7 innings to do it. Is it just me, or is Nola getting to more 100-pitch counts the last few starts? Feels like maybe they're getting the team October ready, and I'm here for it. Now, come at me for my anti-Verlander take. That Verlander.
No. Hasn't the conversation on Verlander been like, is this guy cooked for like 3 seasons now?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
He keeps coming back. He keeps getting paid $40+ million a year. So
yeah,
like, stop, man. Like it's like watching Taiwan Walker pitch. It's not that bad.
We'll get there. Coming up.
We're there. Unless you have anything to say on that game.
And I should have just said we're there.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Now be the team not named the Dodgers. Houston 10, Philly 0. Here it is. We can now put Taiwan.
Stepping over my crap? I'll step on yours. You step on mine. That's fine.
You know what? You didn't say it.
Because it's coming up.
It's not. It was before Houston. It was before the 5-0.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Okay. All right.
Do you want to make your point now? I'm sorry.
No. We can go back and I'll set up the other joke. It doesn't matter. Us just going to go into it.
I'm here for it. All right. So Houston 10, Philly 0. Rob Topper read his eulogy, Taiwan Walker's eulogy. All right. We watched him die in front of our own eyes. Taiwan Walker lasted 6 innings, allowing 13 hits on 93 pitches. That's a hit every 7.15 pitches. From the moment Jose Altuve stole home in the first inning, it was obviously not going to be our day. Call it a Doc Rivers scheduled loss because not a damn soul showed up to actually compete. Their rookie pitcher took a no-hitter into the 8th damn inning. We let Yordan Alvarez pretend he was Marcelo Zuna for a day. This team was uninspired and uninspired. Exactly the vibe you want before you host an Atlanta Braves team that you have yet to best in a series, regardless of how decimated the roster is, in a pivotal 4-game series when you've allowed your division lead to shrink to 6. Perfect time to check out. Honestly, where is the leadership? Players, staff, whatever. I don't know.
It was 5 after that game.
What?
The division lead.
Was it 5 after that game?
It was 5.5, and then the Braves won later in the evening, and it became 5. Yes.
All right. Well then,
but
I must have written this early.
No, it's okay. You came original. You're all mixed up. It was a beautiful disaster.
Damn it. You got me with all mixed up. I was doing so well. But you snuck in one last really good 311 reference.
Yeah, but still a series win against a good team not named the Dodgers, right? That's awesome. That's great. But they punted a game 3. There's a serious Walker problem. We have learned today that he's been moved to the bullpen as a quote unquote long man. So from what I understand,
He's
if
never
our
pitched.
starter, yeah, I was gonna say if our starters go 4 innings, 5 innings, his season is over. But I mean, he still's got 2 years on that contract, so there's still a Walker problem.
You know what, John Milton, you want your trophy back? Eat the cost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eat
But
the cost.
I
You
mean,
have the money to throw around. You say you're willing to spend. This is part of spending. Sometimes spending is paying to get rid of a bad investment.
so we don't do this on this show. We do it on occasion when it's absolutely glaring and you don't need any
No expertise.
yeah, no expertise. But yeah, and we had that conversation at the beginning of the series. Everyone had that conversation at the end of the playoffs where the guy couldn't even sniff the field, like
where he's making passive aggressive shit on social media because he's not getting played, and he's not getting played because he can't get guys out.
yeah, he not only can't get him out, he can't even get a swing and a miss. Like it's not good, man. It's not good.
And he's 3 strikeouts away from, I think, 1,000 career strikeouts. So that's fascinating. We'll see if he gets it. That'd be weird.
He'll get it somewhere. Yeah, right.
Probably someone's going to pay for him next year. They keep paying Verlander. Someone's going to talk themselves into Taiwan.
Well, that's the thing about pitching. They pop up at all sorts of places. Who knows?
And they come back around. I mean, Zach Wheeler was a reclamation project. Granted, he's like 10 years younger than I guess he's not actually. He's not that much younger than Walker. He might even be older. He is old man Wheeler after all. Throwback.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, old man Wheeler.
So Danny, we had this whole thing planned out, and then tonight's game happened. And all right, man. So let's talk about it. Like, the Philadelphia Phillies went down 4-0 early, and then 2 home runs, one by Brandon Marsh and one by Nick Castellanos, and we're up 5-4, and we end up winning this game. We took the series opener against Atlanta. Whit Merrifield, Atlanta Braves, he actually went over 5 in the game. Like, we did what we needed to do, took care of business, brought home an important win. Like, cool. Where do you stand with this team right now? Where's your vibe meter at?
Well, I haven't shifted on they're a dumb baseball team, dude. They're a dumb baseball team. Like
press, hack.
Yeah, press, hack, chase.
Slug.
Yeah, the fact that like we're coming down the stretch and Topper's still punting games. And
okay. Is he punting games or is he punting Taiwan starts?
I mean, you can make an argument for some of those lineups. Like every day game doesn't have to be a loss. You can win a day game. You can put out a formidable lineup for a day game. Like every getaway game doesn't have to be a loss. You can put out a lineup to win a getaway game. Like you don't like. I get it. You're resting these guys for the season, all that other kind of stuff, but. This is a big series, man. They need to go 3 for 1, and if they do, I'll be like, all right, I'm looking at you. But the fact that they're still punting games. There was a Taiwan problem. He's in the bullpen now. Whatever that means, whatever AAA guy they're gonna bring up for Tuesday's start, that is gonna look great for his He's gonna look great for his first start, and then you're rocked against some good team. So cool. Can't wait to see that.
Stick around with Colby Allard, but like, who gives a shit? We don't need a 5th starter in the playoffs, so let's just get through the season.
No, but you have to get through the playoffs. Which like so your buy is starting to get in jeopardy if you're gonna play this punt every 4 or 5 game thing.
Danny.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the official stance of the Quit Chasin Podcast is we don't want the buy.
I've changed on that.
Are you waffling for the listening masses?
I am. I'm waffling.
Please explain your stance.
So my thought on this buy now is if this team gets in some sort of funk or in some sort of whatever, it takes them far too long to get out of it, right? The whole Dombrowski, like We're going to find out why they go cold, and we're going to find out how to speed the process to not keep them as cold as long. Well, they didn't do that. They didn't find out why, and they failed miserably on the heating them back up quicker aspect of the offseason game plan, whatever it was, if anything, at this point, because I'm beginning to think it's probably nothing, right? It could be a nice little reset. Also, ready for this haterade take? I think that's the way they see the NLDS.
What's the way they see the NLDS?
By getting a bye to it.
That if they don't get the bye, they won't get there.
That's how I feel right now.
I think that's
today.
A very hot yet
it's a
temperatured take. Like it's that's that good hot sauce, you know? That's hot sauce. Like that's what you want in the wing. Because you're not wrong. It's a hot take, but I see no reason to believe that the Phils can't get cold for 2 games, 3 games, 5 games, 7 games, whatever it takes for them to lose. They did it to us last year. They did it to us last week, last month, etc. Like, but here's the thing. Your idea is a bit flawed to me in that it is a guarantee if they take time off, they will come out cold. Whereas if they continue to play, there's a chance they just don't get cold. But if they take time off, as we have learned over 2 decades, man, 2 fucking decades, they will be cold coming out.
And there's a chance that they play through, and you get quotes from Nick Castellanos saying, I don't know, I got on the plane and I felt that it left. Like,
and sometimes they play through and you get quotes from Nick Castellanos like, I just heard a voice in my head saying, catch it. We don't know which version's showing up, bro.
We don't.
Is that a question? Where's the question?
My argument is that for as streaky as this team is, if they are streaking into the playoffs, I think that break would actually do them some good at this point. That's where I'm at with it. They're just too streaky for me, man. They're too streaky. They're too non-clutch. We talked about Harper's at bat in the 10th, and that was great. But I don't know who has the clutch gene on that team.
Edmundo Sosa. First off, I see you there, but I found it very fascinating in the inning where Casti hit the 2-run shot. First, Trey ekes out a walk. Then Harper bunts him to second. And then Sosa does his job, fielder's choice, gets him over to third. Like, sure, Casti didn't have to hit home run. I'm glad he did. But they did do the small ball evolution to there. And, like, they're not doing their job without Sosa moving him over. Like, I'm sorry. Sosa is our Segura.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I was going to get at. Like, we didn't have this conversation on the show, but we had it between us where I was talking about that 2022 wild card series. Who on this lineup gets that Segura hit? And I said, nobody. They don't get out of St. Louis, where your reply was it's Sosa.
It is Sosa. But Topper's going to put Wilson out there. Like, that's the problem. He's not going to put Sosa out there. He's going to put Weston out there because it's going to be Marsh's spot that he has to, hit for. No one in the infield. Maybe Stott, but the entire city believes in Bryson Stott too much to sit him down in that moment. So
do they believe in him or do they want to sing?
It's funny, Danny. There have been some moments during their recent trials and tribulations where I have heard that song, and I have been like, all right, guys, we're done here. Like, come on.
Welcome aboard. How's it feel to be on my side?
You know what, Danny? It feels like living without hope, without life. Honestly, this level of nihilism, I have only ever felt as a Dolphins fan before. And yeah, I always joke that being a Dolphins fan sets me up for being a Phillies fan during the lean times. But the difference is the Dolphins never give me hope. The Phillies have given me hope.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's just STB me.
So to answer your original question, I think
question.
Yeah, it was a while ago at this point. They need to go 3-1 in this Braves theory series, and then I'll be like, all right, boys, what do you got? But if I see another Harper asleep at first and the trolliest troll from Trollville steals home, if I see any more plays like that, I'm definitely going back on the yelling and screaming train.
You know what it is for me right now? The reason why I think I haven't gotten in, I don't know if you noticed or not, but last night, Nick Castellanos, he had 2 buttons unbuttoned. What? Like, what? There is something. There's no. Okay, this is a complete new tangent. I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, let's do
There's
it.
no
There's a
fire.
mystery.
There is no bad attitude with this team. There is no get up there and thump and you're scared. Anyone in the lineup? Is there anyone in the lineup right now that gives anyone a true modicum of fear? I don't believe so. They're all able to be like Marcelo Zuna comes up, dude. Like I clench a bit. Like I'm Matt Olson. Like, well, not this year, but like Jock Peterson or Josh Bell, we don't have one of those. So that part is frustrating too. That I don't think we have the swagger right now. We lost our swagger. We lost our mojo, and Stella's got to get her groove back because
I mean, it's something. Even take a look at that Braves win tonight. Like it was home runs. If it wasn't for home runs, we're losing that game. And they came from Marsh and Casty.
They did. Not the top 4, but Cassie's part of that conversation because of the paycheck, and everybody equates how much you should matter by how much you get paid. So yeah, he gets paid $20 million a year. So the fact that he is one of those guys is great. The fact
he's going to be a 25 and 100 guy by the end of the season, absolutely.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
Because what was this for him? 19, 20?
This was 19. Yeah, this is home run number 19. So he'll be, and again, when you go back to think about how the year started for him, like.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that he's going to be like a 25 and 100 guy with the April and May that he had.
And he's going to end with like what, 235, 245 batting average, which again.
Couldn't tell you. We'll find out.
We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But still, it's been fun. Danny, I think I'm done talking about the Phillies for right now.
Okay.
We'll be right back, folks.
There, Chasers. The Quit Chasin Podcast is a proud partner of the Old City Sports Network. Hop over to their website and order some Quit Chasin merchandise. And while you're there, check out some of their shows after you finish with us. 2nd and 15, the Philadelphia Eagles podcast, Flyers Alley, or The Living Room Show. Support those that support us. Speaking of which, the baseball season is winding down. You'll want to experience the game in person before time runs out. With our sponsor, SeatGeek, you can get $20 off on your first order when you use the promo code Old City Sports Network. Don't forget the E at the end of Old. Before you head to a game, you want to make sure you're groomed to perfection. Make sure to check out Warlord Beard Essentials. And while you're there, use promo code OLDSPORTS in all caps and get 15% off and then free shipping on all orders over $65. Lastly, Chasers, I highly recommend you check out Righteous Felon Jerky Cartel. Head to the Righteous Felon Jerky Cartel site and use code OCSN, all lowercase, and get 15% off of your order, plus free shipping on orders over $50. It's so simple, a Mets fan could almost do it.
Darn tootin'. Danny, before we get into our sections, I want to take a quick moment, throw out some Quit Chasin Podcast birthday shout-outs. We did it recently on Facebook, but I want to do it on here. Chris Ferry, happy birthday. Matt Pupo, RJ Kruger, happy birthday. Kara Zimmerman, happy birthday. All right. And with that, we bring you into Amped Up. Danny, I would love for you to go first on Amped Up this week.
This is crazy, just going right into Amped Up, right?
It is weird. We've always had that little buffer, whether it be whatever stables or text threads. Do you feel like we need one more kind of evergreen something?
Top 5 311 songs. No.
Amber times 4.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I do love that song.
But in all seriousness, we're gonna have this conversation. Their love song cover for
real good.
The Cure
cover?
Yeah, the Cure cover. It's a great cover. It's not my favorite 311 song, but as far as covers go, it's up there. Yeah. So I'm amped up about, if everyone knows, if they listen, that last week I had to split out a little early because I was going to Newfound Glory Hole at the Fillmore in Philadelphia. That was for you.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime. And I was excited about it. I was excited about it for a while. I saw them last year. I forget what the name of the tour was, but it was them and I think the All American Rejects and
right
others. the starting line and the something to write home about.
Dude, there were so many tight jeans in that crowd, weren't there?
It
A
was
lot
summer.
of tight jeans and chucks.
Who's the something to write home about? The Get Up Kids. Oh my goodness,
the
Get Up Kids.
Yeah.
So like, it was a cool
You're
show.
Gym Class Heroes away from that being so early 2000s.
Sure. So it was outside at the Mann Center. Newfound Glory came on. They played a great tight set. It was one of those sets. So like, one of the best shows I've ever been to was the Deftones at Festival Pier. And one of the reasons it was so good, as a musician, as a stage musician in my life, they nailed it. It was a combination of song choice, set list construction, the venue, everything about the show was just perfect. They played for the right amount of time. They constructed their set list perfectly, a perfect mix of, mainstream hits and the deep cut B-sides that the fans love, and they executed it in about 47 minutes. They did this big siren thing. They came back out and played like, I forget what they played, some other song, and Be Quiet and Drive, and it said Good Night Philadelphia. And I was like, you know what? That was one of the best shows that I've ever been to. They executed the songs perfectly, and the set list construction was perfect. And this was the case last year with Newfound Glory. Another perfect constructed set list. They played it phenomenally. I was on cloud 9. I told everyone when I got back from it, if Newfound Glory ever comes through your town, do yourself a favor and go. So they came through my town, and Kim was amped up because I've spoken highly of this show, and I will never know if it was good or not. I walked out about 4 songs into it. So here's the thing. This is what's got me amped up. Capitalism.
Capitalism. It's got me amped up, folks. Go ahead, Jenny. Tell me more. Like, did he have a car?
I'm asking you once again. No, so that was my Bernie. Yeah. So I get it, man. It's a business. You want to make money. Venues want to pack the place. Bands want to see a packed place. All that other stuff. But the overselling of shows, I'm over with. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe it's whatever thing. But I'm over it. And I'm not the only one. There's a handful of venues here in Philadelphia where, if on the website it says like limited tickets or tickets, low or sold out show, when we have tickets to it, like this is me and my buddy Dave, we either bail on the show, get rid of the tickets or something, because there's some venues in this town that you do not want to be in if it's anywhere close to a sold out or close to sold out show. We're show goers, dude. We go to a lot of shows. We're pros at it. There's this one place at the Barbary. So Fu Manchu came through the Barbary a handful of years ago. And again, we're show goers. We're professionals. We got in as they were taking the stage, because we don't do that show up early and watch every band and be a music nerd.
You'll show go, but you won't show go early, no more.
No, not at all, because we're professionals, man.
What the hell is that? You're professional concert goers? What does that even mean?
Yes, that is what it means. It means we've done it. We know what we're doing. Maybe jaded is a word you want to hear?
Jaded might be the word, or seasoned, experienced, veteran concert goers. I don't know professional, because I'm pretty sure you're not paid to go to concerts. So
it's a semantic argument, but sure.
I believe we've already broken the semantic argument seal once today. So here we go.
All right, but sure, figuratively professionals. So. Yes, but jaded might be the word. So anyways, long story short, or no, I'm going to make it as long as I want. It's what I do on Amped Up. I go way longer than I should.
We're under time, so go nuts, man.
All right, cool. So, Fu Manchu at the Barbary, we go. We're hitting, I don't know, some other bars on the way down to get to it. Give our tickets. Guy checks the ID, opens up the door, and I kid you not, man. This is not a hyperbole. This is God's honest truth, the way it went down. Opened up the door, and the large gentleman in front of the doors, fat rolls, came through once there was space to. That's how packed it was. Like cartoon, like door opens, boom, and skin comes out. And we look at the door guy, and he's like, so we were able to kind of wedge ourselves in. We didn't even make it to the bar because you were
back to back
against the wall. Like, yes. Face sideways, just oversold the show. Right. And listen, like I said, I get it, man. There's some people that want to be up in the mix, up in the pit, you know, being sweated on and chins on your shoulder and all that other kind of stuff. Ugh. That's fine. There's sections of the floor for that. There's places to do that. You still need to, like, I should be able to get through a door. I should be able to get through a bar, right? It's capitalism, right?
You want to be able to sell me a drink, don't you?
Exactly. You're overselling the venue to get the ticket revenue. Don't you want them to be able to get your hiked up booze money as well?
Ticket revenue. You don't have to split the booze.
And
the markup is insane.
What they work out. But yeah, exactly. Don't you want that alcohol markup money? Like I would. So there are venues that we don't go to anymore because they have a history of overselling and it's just not a good concert going experience. Like I'm not there to get drunk and punch a guy in the face. I'm there to see the band, you know.
I wonder if there's like a website that tracks that type of thing. Like, all right, this concert venue is prone to overselling. If not, you're welcome someone out there for the $100 idea.
So yeah, so this is the problem with that stuff. It's all relative and subjective, right?
True.
There are, like, for me, I'm sitting here being like, wow, old man, don't like that. And someone is probably listening being like, what are you talking about, man? That's the fun of it being that's a concert. It's supposed to be hot, sticky, sweaty. You're supposed to be asses to elbows with everyone. And like, again, I agree at some parts of the floor. That is absolutely correct. Not the whole thing. Not the whole thing. There are some wonderful venues in Philadelphia that I don't know if they oversell or not, but I've been to upwards of close to, I don't want to say hundreds, but like many, dozens upon dozens and dozens of shows at the Union Transfer, the old Spaghetti Warehouse on Spring Garden Street. Phenomenal venue. Seen a ton of acts there. I love the sound. I love the venue. I love the place. I love the staff. I love the management. I don't know who they are, but I've never had a bad time there. So this is the second time that I've been to the Fillmore in Philadelphia, and the first time was Coheed, and I walked.
They're playing XL tomorrow.
I saw that. So this was on the Year of the Black Rainbow tour.
Okay,
and I walked out of that show, not during it, but at the end of the show, being like, man, that was not a good show. I've never been back. And I went back and I walked out of Newfound Glory. So here's the thing. When you come through and you make the turn into the show venue, I shouldn't be automatically stopped by a wall of people.
That is a fact.
There should, it's cramped, it's crowded. Right. It's cramped. It's crowded. That's fine. There should be at least a lane to the bar or a lane to down the side to the other bar or, whatever. I snapped at a security guard. I'm not proud of it, but I snapped at it. So like at one point I can't get anywhere. So I find this spot and they're like, yeah, you can't stand here. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So I find another spot and someone's like, yeah, you can't stand here. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And I find another spot and dude, you can't stand here. And I just turn around. It's like, well, you can't oversell these freaking shows then, man. Like, so, I got to go somewhere, right? Like,
right.
So That's all. It might be an old man gripe, but there are venues that do it well. So I walked out thinking it's just the Fillmore. Like that's my second show there. That was my second bad show there. So I'm thinking it's a venue thing. And there are phenomenal venues in Philadelphia to see a show. Like if anyone you are interested in is coming through Union Transfer, can't recommend it enough.
Well,
great venue. Go there.
The show at the pier when we saw OAR. I thought that was an awesome show.
Outdoor venue, so they're a little different. I'm talking rock clubs.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not hip enough to go to your rock clubs. I like festivals and piers.
All right. I didn't mean it that way, but you know what I mean.
Okay. No, it's okay. I'm not hip. I'm not cool enough to go to your little rock clubs because it's not my preferred venue. That's fine. That's okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Maybe I just need the picture. I'm not welcome. It's okay.
I'm talking small, like 2,300 people indoor venues, 1,200 people. I think Union Transfer's 1,200. That's what I'm talking about. Those, and yes, Festival Pier was a great venue. It's no longer there. That's where that Deftones show I was talking about. In fact, the Deftones show that I saw in that OAR show that we were at together, they actually flipped the stages around, so the stage was on the other end of it, but it's the same venue. Yeah.
I love that. Well,
that place was always fun. That place felt like summer to me.
Yeah,
but stop overselling shows. You can pack them in, man. That's part of the fun. It's shared experience. Pack them in. Don't oversell them.
You heard the man. Don't oversell shows, or else Danny's not going to watch it.
I want to get my big wave and listen to my friends over you. Is that too much to ask?
They already got the price of admission from you. Why not get your drink money too? They
absolutely
gave away your drink money. They said, "No, thank you, sir. I don't want it."
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
I know. I saw it. I saw it all happen. Fantastic. So, would you like to? I originally hadn't amped up.
Oh wait, I have another one. Kids suck. No, I'm joking. I'm just doubling down on last week's. No, I love kids. I love kids.
You do, from what I understand. Which
I do. I'm a big believer that kids should have happy childhoods.
I think most people are firm believers that kids should have happy childhood. I think that's
you would think
that's a pretty low bar for human decency. That's something. If 99%
you would think
of people, like 99.79% of people, would vote yes to do you want kids to have a happy life? 0.21% bastards. They're gonna say no. But what are you gonna do?
People are weird. But I'm just saying, kids are great. Keep their crappy sports off my TV.
There he is. I will honestly. If you're gonna win a World Series on air, how good of a sport is it? Anyways, speaking of, what's funny is we're talking about things we enjoy watching on TV, and that's what's got me amped up right now, Danny. There is, honest to goodness, there's too much good new television on right now that I don't have enough time in life in the day to consume all of it. But because we live in 24-hour news cycles, it is impossible to not experience a level of spoilers. We have Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. We've got House of the Dragon Season 2. We got Hit Monkey Season 2. We got Bad Monkey Season 1. The entire industry series, The Bear, Ashoka, Acolyte, Only Murders in the Building, Chaos with Jeff Goldblum, Umbrella Academy Season 4, Rick and Morty, I think, Evil, Cobra Kai, and 2 installments of that 90s show. There's so much to watch. And for the last month and a half, I've had to watch really bad baseball games. And it's too much. It's too much. Stop releasing so much stuff all at once. That's what's got me amped up. I can't keep up.
Okay. All right. I like your change up. I was curious. Are you saving it?
Which direction I was going to go
in? No.
I'm really that amped up, to be honest.
You're
right now.
The change up from the agenda.
Right. Yeah, because Linkin Park did not actually announce a new.
Oh, they did. All right. I was so curious to hear because I didn't look it up. I wanted to hear it all from you.
Okay. So on the agenda originally, my amped up was going to be Linkin Park was believed to be announcing a new lead singer, and it was going to be the lead singer from Sum 41. And there aren't many things in the world that make my blood boil.
I would have said that was the bad choice too.
But not only the idea of Linkin Park replacing Chester, someone that I'm sorry is unreplaceable. You cannot replicate Chester Bennington. There aren't many vocalists and songwriters that I feel that way about. I mean, Bradley Noel, man, like I've heard at least 4 other dudes that sound exactly like him. I have never heard someone that sounds exactly like Chester Bennington. The way he was able to go from scream to falsetto and back, and it was always on pitch and always on key. Even the live shows, there was something magical about Chester's voice. So the idea that anyone would try to replace him had me completely amped up. Turns out it was a false alarm. Lincoln Park website glitched, and the counter led to nothing. Nothing at all. There was nothing about it. So it got me amped up for no reason. But yeah, if they do ever replace Chester as Lincoln Park, I disagree with that choice.
It was a glitch from their website.
Yeah, dude. It counted down from 100 hours. It got to 0. It paused and then started counting back upwards.
What were they counting?
No one knows. They haven't announced. Like, I guess they're saying like now September 6th. Now the word on the street is they're going to replace the lead singer with a female vocalist, which like cool, but you can't do In the End without Chester. There are certain, you can't do Faith. You can't do Breaking the Habit. It just, damn it. I am usually not much of a gatekeeper for vocalists and artists and things like that, but with Chester, I am.
Interesting. So what I'm really unclear on the story. So their website's counting something down from what you say, 100 hours?
100 hours. No one knew what. They weren't saying.
Okay. So the website's counting down, it glitches, and the recounter sets.
Yes.
Right? So somehow that means the Dorcas from Sum 41 was the lead. That's the disconnect I'm having. How did that glitch mean that?
It gets better. At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
Sum 41 posted on their site that there was going to be a very special announcement coming at the same time as Lincoln Park's announcement. At Chester Benning's memorial service, the lead singer of Sum 41 did a Lincoln Park song. That is how people started connecting these dots. The stupid promotion for Sum 41 was the lead singer's book is coming out, and if you come to a show and show proof of purchase, you'll get a signed copy.
Yeah, I saw that.
So like,
and that's not those aren't in great venues either, though.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's they're dive hopping, and that's okay. That's the stage they're at. That's great.
Yeah, it is fine.
But he's not touching me. Like, nope. I do not want him fronting Lincoln Park. Absolutely not. I'd rather
so
I don't know.
I'm with you. I understand now. That brings me to my amped up.
We're just amping all around, folks.
Yeah. Well,
under time.
You said it, and it's like a gigantic pet peeve of mine, and I get to say it in the circle amongst my friends and make a joke. But guess what? I have a platform. I have a pedestal. I'm going to use it, damn it.
Yes.
Right?
Say it. Say it, Danny. Say the thing. Whatever it
is. Bands. Local bands, regional bands, indie bands, major label bands. All of you do it. All of you need to stop doing it. Announcement is coming. Stop announcing an announcement. Big news, an announcement is coming. Announcement, we have an announcement. It's coming. In the words of Peter Griffin, that grinds my gears.
You know who doesn't announce that they have an announcement? They just drop it and the entire world stops? Beyonce.
There you go.
I'm dropping Lemonade. Beyonce just drops Lemonade and the entire world shuts up and listens. So maybe y'all need a bit more Beyonce in your life.
Yeah, the announcement is coming. That trend needs to die 1,000 deaths.
The fact that you hate that so much makes this story 10 times more delicious because this is exactly what you hate about it.
Yes, as soon as you said it.
For the real announcement, allegedly. Who the hell knows anymore? What's going on?
As soon as you said it, my blood boiled. I was like, oh!
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't love it when bands replace seminal figures and try to act like it's the same. Like Sublime with Rome, maybe just don't call yourself Sublime. Like,
well, it was Sublime with Rome.
And you know what? I apologize. That was a terrible example. But like the Doors never replaced Jim Morrison. Okay, Robbie Krieger and John Densmore and them, they didn't stay together and just have someone else. The Van Halen, Van Hagar of it all, and just all of that crap. I don't know.
Yes. So AC/DC replaced their original singer, obviously, and then Brian, whatever his name is, huge, right? aside from them, I don't know who else ever replaced their singer after a death and stayed at the level they were, if not bigger. I'm sure there's probably someone else. There's probably many others. I can't remember. That being said, I saw Alice in Chains when they started touring again with their new singer, not whatever his name is, William something. And Lane Staley for me, he's got that voice too. That's a unique, identifiable voice that, like,
Absolutely.
if you try to replicate it, you're going to either be awful or sound like you're mocking him, right?
Yep.
So they got this guy who has chops, and he just comes out and just wails the tunes. And I remember watching him being like, would have loved to have seen Chains with Lane, right? Who wouldn't have? But this guy was doing him, and it was great. I mean, Jerry Cantrell was still doing the harmonies and his guitar work. So, like, there's something to it there.
Can I say something that might make you lose whatever respect you still have for me?
Well, let's find out.
Let's see. So I love Sublime, and I think that has not been a secret at all. And
you're right. I did lose respect for you.
You already knew that. So that
no, I know. That was the joke.
I love it. I will never be able to see Sublime live because Brad died when I was 10. But
isn't his son doing it now?
He is, and it's good, but I have never heard anything as close to Bradley as Badfish. And sometimes, man, I'd rather go see a tribute band than the actual band with the wrong singer at the front. Is that crazy? If a tribute band has a singer that sounds identical to the vocalist, I'd rather see that than the surviving members with a vocalist that doesn't match up.
So, right, it's art, right?
Right.
So
it's what I'd rather consume.
Then that's what you'd rather consume. It's a tough thing to say. It's all so subjective, anyways.
Super true.
Yeah, but I don't. If that's how you want to consume it, that's how you want to consume it.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, Danny, I love it. Which brings me to our closing out section because we spent.
And that's what's got me amped up now.
And that's what's got Danny amped up. Danny,
I enjoyed elongated amped up.
I did not hate it at all. I did not. And mine is kind of it's love and hate it. So I took my nephew out to dinner tonight, and he goes to Penn State Harrisburg. So lives right there off of 230. And on my way there, I passed the Wawa that is now here in the Mid-State, and it is directly across the street from a Sheetz.
Nice.
It is.
I like that.
I mean, it is CVS to Walmart distance, man. Like right across the street. And I want to know, you're a Philly guy, but you're from the Mid-State. Like,
absolutely.
I think you were kind of gone though before Sheetz took over the Mid-State. So you've been in Wawa most of your life. Yeah, I would imagine in that convenience store battle. So, like, how do you feel?
I would hit that one on Lincolntown Road all the time.
Well, that one was the only one for the longest time. And it was dynamite, debonair. It was phenomenal.
And I don't know when the one in Duncannon got there, but I've hit that one a few times as well.
That one's been there for a good maybe 8 to 10 years.
Fair.
Roughly. Yeah.
All right.
But so love it or hate it, Wawa making its way into the Mid-State.
It's really tough. So here's the thing. I want to say hate it. And I'll tell you why. I want to reverse it. If it was Sheetz making its way into Eastern Pennsylvania, I would say love it. Because here's the deal. I live here. I live in Philly. And all you people that get your Wawa tattoos and love Wawa and, worship at the seat of Wawa, that's because you're playing up the we're from Philly thing. No one likes us. We don't care, even though you very much care. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing is great about Wawa. The parking lots are atrocious. The clientele is atrocious. The sandwiches are atrocious. The coffee is atrocious. Everything about Sheetz is a million times better than Wawa. So if Central Pennsylvania needs to find that out, they will find that out. My only my take on it would be that Sheetz would need to come to the eastern part of the states. That way, all these Wawa sycophants will be like, "Holy crap, Wawa is kind of garbage."
So I gotta agree with you with a but, in that I
Sure.
went to school in Shippensburg, which has a lot of Westchester eligible students that don't want to go to school close to mom and dad, so they come to Shippensburg, and all they do is bitch that Sheetz isn't Wawa. And I've been to Wawa, man, and it's a glorified Turkey Hill. It's really not. It's a Turkey Hill mixed with a lunch cafeteria as far as quality of food. Like, I'm not impressed, man. You give me an MTO, it's everything. It is everything. I appreciate the cleanliness of Sheetz more than Wawa. I appreciate the aesthetic, the colors. I feel like it's more, it's more hip. It's more with it. Like Wawa, pretty boring, pretty stale, pretty lame, and the food is uninspired. I've never understood it. I don't get it. Like, it's some of the blandest, most generic crap I've ever seen on a gas station menu. That's what it is. This is
No,
truly gas
they're
station
both
food.
gas station foods.
They
yes.
are. They are. Either way, you're gonna have a heart attack if you live on it.
Right.
But
The Sheetz menu is just even way
it's
more
so
expansive.
much more. It's
Yeah.
so much more, and they do it all right. Like, they actually aren't sacrificing quality by having such a large menu. They do it all. You're gonna wait a minute. You are, but it's worth it. It's worth the wait.
Coffee is better. The coffee
coffee's really
machines
good.
are better. The
More reliable.
setup of it, the station is better.
There's a Wawa in one of the stupid northern counties that, like, their cashier station is just an island in the center, and that
A
is
lot
the
of them do
dumbest
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It really does not help with the flow of traffic at
No,
all.
no,
It
no,
really
nothing.
is not convenient at all. I hate it.
So
Good.
it's one of those things, and I've said this for a while, and it's like, you know me, man. I've got the Philly pride. Yeah, man, I'm going out west tomorrow for I don't know, 8, 9, 10 days, something like that. Going to the Giants Diamondbacks game at
Oh, shit.
Oracle Park, and I
And then?
believe the Oakland A's. I'm going to the Coliseum to see it
Ah.
before it goes kaputs.
One
I
last
believe they're
time.
playing the Angels, I think.
Ooh, that's going to be a very hard fought 1-0 battle with 8 errors.
Which is funny, like, so Kim, it's Kim's trip, man. She planned that. She is the spearhead, the bulldog of it all. She planned a hell of a trip. Kudos, Kim. Thank you. But you know, San Francisco is a gorgeous park. At least looks on TV, the setting with the bay. So she was like doing that, going the view from my seat thing over and over again, over and over again. And she wanted to be able to, like, good view of the park for the whole game, view of the bay, view of the field. So all of it. She wanted to
That's
get
behind the plate.
we are behind the plate. Like
Nice.
like what I think is equivalent to the 300 section here. Then you can actually
Ooh.
see the bay. Yeah.
Nice.
And so she did that for weeks, and she's sending me screenshots, and I'm all like, wherever. Yeah, right. So then she was like, what about when we get to Oakland? I said, it doesn't matter. I was like, we're gonna probably go from arguably what I think has potential to be one of the nicest parks that I visit. I don't know. I haven't been to them all yet.
It's
but
the West Coast PNC, I hear.
Get out of here.
Rivers and bays, baby. Rivers and
And
bays.
I asked her, I was like, wait, which game are we going to first? She was like, San Francisco. I was like, oh, so we're going to go from the pretty park to the dump. Cool. But we are getting into the Coliseum before that. Anyways, I was packing tonight. Every shirt I have, Philly shirt, Philadelphia, like, I'm repping the East Coast the whole way, the whole time out there. That's what I do. I have pride in this city and what comes out of this city. That being said, I had the luxury of growing up in central Pennsylvania, so I had both, right? And this is what I've come to the conclusion. Anyone who says Wawa is better than Sheetz is just a short way of saying that you have never been to a Sheetz. That is what you have just told me. That is the information I have gleaned from you saying that.
You hear that, Kenny? You got to go to a Sheetz. I know you think Wawa's better, but it's not. It's Sheetz all day. Danny, that was fantastic. And as the old man barking in the corner alluded to, Danny will not be here next week, folks.
That's right.
So we're still going to have a show, though, and I don't know what it's going to look like. Maybe it's going to be just me. Maybe it's going to be me and a guest. There's no way of knowing. Maybe it's going to be 10 minutes. Who knows? We will bring you content, but this is your last chance to say hi to Danny. So leave some love for the man on our social feeds.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit up the socials, message us, DM Alex, hit the Quit Chasing Pod. Give us your best pitch on why you should be Alex's co-host for next week.
Ooh, let's get. You know what? I will throw.
Then nudes that will help too, from what I heard.
It would not. Nope. I don't want any of that.
Some of us party a little different. Then nudes, everyone.
All righty, folks. I think that's going to do it for us, guys. Danny, take us out. And who are we listening to?
Yeah. So this week we have a friend of the show, Steve, his man. You may remember him from, as Alex would say it, our quarter table roundtable episode.
There it is.
That was for you, man. Yeah. So this is Fireball by Blank Chrome. Hey, we'll do better next week, I promise. Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant.